Check this thing out. This thing lifts up right here. Missing the battery, it looks like. Everything else looks like it's here though. Alright, let's get her inside and start working on her. Alright, we got her in the garage. Check the beauty out. This is a, I believe, 1970 something Harley Davidson golf cart. And I picked it up for 300 bucks. I paid that amount because the body is in excellent condition. Really nice. All the logos are there, the lights are there. I don't know if these are the lights that came with it or if they're aftermarket. I'm trying to see here. Toronto, Canada. Mexico as well on there. But we can see all the logos are there, all the writing's there. It's got a key right here and then a choke right here. It's got the fuel gauge right there, a couple compartments for phones and stuff. Some golf balls you can put in there. We've got reverse and forward right here. I believe that's what that's for. We've got gas right here, brake, and then parking brake. You can put the parking brake on by, I forget how you do it. I'll have to figure that out. I think you put this on and then you put the parking brake on. If I remember correctly. But a little dump in the back. Kind of cool. Again with the logo and a couple brake lights in the back, looks like. And it's got the bumper all the way around. It's got these really cool old wheels with the chrome hubcap right there. Those are pretty sweet. And it's got the bar in the front. Little shocks in the front as well. Thing's pretty sweet looking. And this is how you steer it. And I think any person can steer it. So if you're sitting here, you can steer it, and if you're sitting here, you can steer it. Looks like the seats were recovered at one point. Kind of crappy material on there, but that's okay. Let's take a look underneath here. The fiberglass body on this thing's pretty heavy, but you can see there, I don't think there's any holes or anything in this thing. So it's still all really nice. Like I said before, we're missing the battery. It looks like this was going to here at one point, I believe. Or those wires are cut right there. So one probably goes to here, one probably goes to here. So we gotta figure out what wires go where. Looks like it still has a solenoid right here. And then this looks like something, kind of like a, what is that thing? Not really sure what that thing is. It's got the big starter motor on it, the generator, right there. Looks like that's all there. Look at this very, very thin belt that rotates the engine. Thing is tiny. That's probably gonna snap right off. Little carburetor down there. Definitely needs to be cleaned out. We've got the gas tank right here. Take a look. There's a little bit of gas down there, actually. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But that's what it says on there. Looks like it takes 2 US gallons. Let's see what they mix this thing. Gas oil mix. It says use Harley Davidson golf cart oil for smokeless, clean, trouble-free operation. Mix 1 ounce of oil per US gallon of gas. And it says if necessary to temporarily use other than prescribed oil, use 2.5 ounces of non-detergent SAE 40 oil per gallon of gasoline. So we will have to make sure to follow that. We'll probably just use 40 to 1. It's got the muffler on it still. It looks like it doesn't have any holes in it. That's nice. Here's reverse and forward on it. I don't know if the cables are getting pulled or not. Let's see where they go to. Looks like they go up to here. Huh, where do those go to? Oh, I think one's right there. That's a throttle cable. I believe that's a throttle right there. Oh, that's moving that right down there. So that must be the throttle. Oh, this is the choke, I bet, right here. Yeah, it's a choke. Alright, we're figuring stuff out now. So we've got that and that. Then here's the clutch on it. And the engine is locked up. And it looks like it's still got the coil and the spark plug boot and everything. So the guy I bought it from said it was locked up since he's owned it. So he doesn't know why it locked up. He doesn't know how bad it is. He said he let it sit with some penetrating oil down here, but it never freed up. So he decided to let it go and send it to its next home, which was me. So I'm thinking, because this thing looks so nice and because it doesn't look like it sat outside, I would think it would just be like surface rust in here, causing the piston to be stuck. So we'll probably take apart the engine and just see how bad that stuck to the cylinder. I'm hoping it didn't seize up in there, but we can probably make something work and get this thing to run. But yeah, it's definitely a cool machine. You can see Harley Davidson Motor Company. You can see the logo right there. And it says Milwaukee, Wisconsin, serial number 3B13279, patent number 2,987,934. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, then this thing has a big diff in the back, right there. So yeah, that's the first look of it. You can see overall it's probably a 7 out of 10. Not perfect, but definitely pretty nice. So I think first thing we're gonna do is get a battery hooked up to it and see what wires go where on this thing and get those soldered up correctly before we plug the main battery in, and then we'll see if everything lights up. So let's see if we hook the battery up, see what happens. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is try to figure out where these wires go to. I'm gonna cut those off a little bit. And that wire is pretty rough. See, and then this one is just black as well. We'll get the tester out here. We'll see if it beeps. Doesn't beep. Let's see if these are positive then. Doesn't beep. All right, we're gonna hook up a battery to it, see what happens. Gotta turn the key off here. Make sure that's not touching anything. All right, it's on. Let's see if anything lights up here. Oh yeah, it worked. Check out the gauge right here when we turn on the key. So the gauge works right there, that's a good sign. Doesn't look like the lights work. So we gotta figure out now where to wire those wires so that we can get the starter to work. All right, I think we got her. I hooked the wires up properly. Now, if I press on the gas, check this out. Obviously the engine's locked up, but you can see the starter engine going. So that's a good sign. So we'll hook everything up like this, and then we'll start working on the engine. So really all I did was hook up the positive to the black going down to here, and then the negative up to the light over there. So then when you hit that, it should start right up then. All right, so as you can see, it's locked up. The clutch doesn't move. So let's start by taking off the head right here. And I'm hoping, like I said before, that it's not too rusty in there, which I don't think it should be. Let's see here. I mean, the spark plug doesn't look that bad. It's not white or anything, so I'm hoping it didn't get locked up. But we'll see, I guess, here. The head, I think, is just 4 bolts right here. You don't want to break these off. So go in and out. Let's see how long they are. They're pretty thick bolts. We'll just go all the way down like that, I guess. Get the rest of them out. Oh, that guy's on there. Whew. There's that one. we gotta try to get this thing off. Like a little screw right there. Alright, here we go. Knowing the truth here. Alright, here it is. Let's see how bad it is. Head looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. There's the old piston here. Looks like a couple of spiders living there. Oh, that sucks. Looks like a ring got crunched in there. Definitely a ring. You can see right there. Looks to be a ring in there. It's crunched. I'm not 100% sure yet, so we'll keep on digging. See if we can get the cylinder off, I guess. See, this thing comes off, I believe. I don't think the cylinder's held on by anything but the pipe. So there's 2 bolts down here for the pipe. So if we take that off, we should be able to get the cylinder out. Alright, we got that bolt off. So that should be loose on there now. I don't want to scratch it even more than it is. Wonder. Might have to see if I can hit the piston down. Pretty crunched in there. All right, I think I got her. Looks like the rings are all intact, actually. Where's the little piece of metal? Ooh, cylinder doesn't look too bad. We might get lucky here. Okay, let's see here. Depends on how bad the piston is. I don't know. Piston's pretty crunched up. The rings are fine on one side of it. Has seen better days. A little rough. We'll get the piston off, and then we'll take a look at the cylinder and the piston and see if they're worth saving here. All right, so it looks like the clip to keep the piston on, one of them was in, one of them was out. So I'm guessing the clip got stuck, and that's what caused all the problems there. So you can see, even right here, the clip is barely in there. It's coming out right there. So those were really loose. And the other one got caught right there, you can see, right in the piston. So that kind of sucks. So if we look at the piston, the rings are fine, all on this side, but then you can see a couple big scratches right there. So I don't know if that's not going to be savable, because they're pretty thick, you can see them. And the rings are like broken right there, yep. So. And then look at this side, holy cow, really scratched up on that side. No up and down play at all. A little bit of side to side, but that is perfect. So it looks like we lucked out there. So now we just have to find a cylinder and a piston for this thing. Let's see if this thing rotates over smooth. Feels pretty smooth. Alright, I was able to find the piece that broke off. You can see there's the clip. And it just got flattened out, so usually that would be round, like this one. So it must have just vibrated loose and came out, got pinched between the piston and the cylinder. So that is very unfortunate. We'll take a look at the cylinder next here. As you can see, there's a couple big scratches on it. A couple right in the side right there. That side looks good actually over there. I'm going to take a hone through there and see if I can get some of it, because they sell pistons separate. And they also sell a brand new kit for 300 bucks. But I don't really want to spend $300 on a piston and a cylinder. So, I don't know, that's a pretty deep gouge right there. So that might not be able to come out. So we'll probably have to look for a used one. Because 300 bucks is quite a bit. So close to being able to save this one. There's like one spot in the cylinder that's deeply gouged. So, anyway, let's check for spark and see if that starter engine turns over the crank here. All right, we got the battery hooked up. Let's see if the engine spins over here. We'll kick the throttle here. We tightened up the belt that was to the starter engine, and then it's tightened up now, so we should be good. Let's just see here. Oh yeah, baby. So that looks pretty good. Oop. Don't want to wreck that. wanted to quick check for spark too. I don't want this to hit though. I don't think we have spark. Alright, so I don't want to crank the engine over too fast because this rod's knocking like that. And in order to have spark, I believe the engine needs to be cranked over faster. So we're probably going to wait to check for spark until we can get a piston and cylinder on here. But everything is working. The starter works, everything works. And so I think we're going to be in good shape. I want to take a look at the air filter over here, see if there's any mice living in there. This thing's pretty muddy. Alright, so that's not too bad. You can see down in there. It's not too bad at all. That's interesting. Huh. There's oil in there? That's weird. This is Harley Davidson oil bath air cleaner instructions. Service once a month. Remove filter from can, flush filter in can, refill can to level mark with SAE 30 oil. So it does use oil to clean it. It's very odd. Never seen that before on a golf cart. Alright, next is going to be the gas tank. Let's see how bad the gas is in there. This will kind of tell us how long it's been sitting for. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see what the gas looks like coming out of here. Ooh, doesn't look too good. That is something. It's not horrible, at least there's no chunks or anything in there. But it's definitely been sitting there for a while. So we'll empty that out and then move on to the next step. Alright, it looks like that's all we can really accomplish on this thing for today until we can find a piston and cylinder for it. Because once we have the piston and cylinder, we can get spark and then we can clean out that carburetor and attempt to start it for the first time. So really all we need, piston, cylinder, battery, and we'll be able to take this thing for a little rip. So stay tuned, we have a lot of work left to do on it, but it's definitely coming along. The $300 machine is now going to be turning into a probably $600 machine. So we'll get it all buttoned up next video and attempt the first start. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Stay tuned for next video. Until next time, we are out.